It's your boy Big Baby. Support sporting icons for latest boxing news. Cheeseburger.
One of the most naturally gifted fighters right now, coming out of America, Gervonta Davis, who's only 23 years old, of course, seems to be giving off some kind of signals that there could be some trouble in paradise with his promoter, Floyd Mayweather. And he seems to be putting out some kind of random tweets over on Twitter there, suggesting that when he first went in to win his IBF World Super Featherweight title back in January of last year, when he beat Jose Perez, it was a case of he was pushed in there too early. That's pretty much what he's saying, that it was set up, or he was set up, or whatever it was, and how he's done everything on his own, and how he's still doing everything on his own. Everything that he has achieved, he has done by himself. Now, of course, a lot of this could stem back to, obviously, his background growing up, and how he's pretty much escaped a life of crime, or potentially a life in prison, or that kind of thing, or who knows, maybe worse. But it does seem that he's given off the signals that him and Floyd Mayweather may be having a little bit of a tiff. Now, obviously, when he won the IBF World Super Featherweight title against Jose Perez, when he beat him by knockout in round number 7, that was only his 17th fight. And of course, being, was he 21, 22 at the time? You could probably argue that maybe it was a step too far, not for winning the title, but for maintaining the title. Because obviously, at that age, when you're a champion as well, you've got a lot of people. You then have a target on your back, so you're no longer progressing. You're kind of having to fight the wolves, really, rather than keep on stepping up, if that makes sense. So maybe that's what he's getting at. And maybe Floyd Mayweather, he kind of pushed him into it because he's desperate to make Gervonta Davis a star. Or, in another way of looking at it, it could be that he's saying that Floyd Mayweather is somewhat setting him up for a fall. Now, that can be counter-argued with the sense that he's been called out by Vasyl Lomachenko, and Floyd Mayweather was one of the first to jump on there and say, no, that ain't happening. So if he was really setting him up for a fall, he probably would have thrown him in with Lomachenko, right? But either way, I think that there's definitely something going on. And it wouldn't surprise me, because it does seem that whoever hangs around with Floyd Mayweather, things tend to go a little bit pear-shaped. Not always, of course, but I'm pretty much pointing the finger towards Adrien Broner. You know, his career was on a sky high. He was shooting for the stars. Then he starts hanging around with Floyd Mayweather. Suddenly his style for fighting, where he becomes, or he was aggressive, and then become Mayweather defensive, and his career started to plummet from then on in. And it seems that Adrien Broner can't breathe. He can't do nothing without Floyd Mayweather. And maybe this is a similar situation with Gervonta Davis. Maybe the money, the cars, the girls, the clubbing, all this kind of thing. Because he never had all this growing up, maybe he was easily manipulated. Maybe. Maybe intentionally by Floyd, maybe not. But it's really difficult to say exactly what it is that he's trying to get at. Obviously, you guys in America will know a lot more about this than what I do, because obviously you guys see a lot more of the tabloids. But it does appear that there's definitely some kind of trouble in paradise. Now, of course, as I said, he is getting another world title shot, and this time for the WBA World Super Featherweight title on the 21st of this month. So you're only, 2 weeks away now, where he'll be taking on Jesus Marcelo Andre Helula, who is currently 28 wins, 2 losses. Of course, Gervonta Davis, only 23 years old, and already had 19 fights, 18 of those by knockout, and he is stupidly skillful and got some power in those shots as well. Ultra confident, and a big Michael Jackson fan, of course. But maybe now is the right time. Maybe now he's ready. He's had a taste of what it's like to become a world champion and somewhat maintain it. Of course, he only defended it on one occasion against Liam Walsh when he came to the UK and defeated an undefeated at the time Liam Walsh, which was a Frank Warren fighter, or still is a Frank Warren fighter, of course. Then, of course, he was set to defend it against Francisco Fonseca and lost his title on the scales. And I was noticing with the Liam Walsh fight as well that he was kind of prattling around a little bit. He was toying with him, then ultimately finished him off real quick in round number 3. But against Fonseca, a guy who I don't want to say he should have blitzed because the guy was undefeated, but still, Gervonta Davis was leagues above him, but he was struggling at times in that fight. Sometimes I was thinking, is he doing it on purpose? He kept looking up at the TV, kept looking up at the lights and messing about. And it took him until round number 8 to stop him, which really, he could have got him out there much easier. And Fonseca was beating his ass at times, which was very, very surprising. So I'm kind of wondering if his mind just isn't with it. And maybe now the penny's starting to drop. And from that, a lot of us thought that he was going to move up and all that kind of thing. But it seems that he's going to be staying at super featherweight, at least trying to make weight again. Because against Liam Walsh, he had to strip down to his bare essentials just to make weight. And of course, Fonseca, he missed weight. And again, he missed it on the hour after trying to make weight as well. So is it a good idea that he stays this way? I don't know. I mean, we really have to see. I mean, he is saying that he's eating right and this is the best camp that he's had for a long time. So maybe now he's really focused. Maybe he's starting to say to Floyd Mayweather, listen, man, you're a bad influence on me. Going out, drinking, partying, all this kind of thing, while it's fun, it's harming my career long term. I could be totally wrong. Maybe Floyd Mayweather is the best thing for him. I don't know, but when you look at the likes of Adrien Broner, the path that he's going down, I'd rather Gervonta Davis not go down that same path. Gervonta Davis is a fabulous talent. Absolutely phenomenal talent. If he can just dedicate his life to boxing, stay out of trouble, stay out of the Floyd Mayweather lifestyle and concentrate on his career, sky's the limits, really. Really is. And I do fully expect him to win this WBA title. Where he will go from then, who knows? Ultimately, one day, hopefully, we're going to see him in there with the likes of Lomachenko. We see exactly what he's about. At the minute, he's got the skills to pay the bills, but maybe a little bit of immaturity, if that's fair to say. So anyway, if you guys know a little bit more about this than what I do, please drop it below. I'll be interested to find out. So click that thumbs up, subscribe while you're there, and I'll catch you next video.